Hello, MINIMALIST Books. My name is Mariana, and today I am here with another flip through for my 5 days, 5 flip throughs, which were inspired by Juli at Pickaroo Rose, who does the 5 days, 5 BRs. In this series, I am doing flip throughs of the decks that some decks that I have recently purchased that I haven't seen a lot of walkthroughs on YouTube. So today I'm going to do the Minimalist Oracle deck by Rachel Lieberman. This one you can buy on Etsy. I will link it down below. If you have seen my previous walkthroughs, or rather flip-throughs, I am not doing commentary, I'm just showing you the cards. I'm doing a full flip through, and at the end I will lay out 3 cards just so you can see how they look together, and I will read you from the guidebook. So without further ado, let's just go straight to the cards. We're going to start with Trust. Truth, unconditional love, wholeness, inner child, gratitude, rest, integration, inner work, planting seeds, play, portal, porch, resistance, the vertical, the void, tools, tortoise, patience, pause, on your knees, misfit, maximum oxygen, making space, listening, limits, light, North Star, balance, beginning, laws of earth, anger, faith, focus, pain, caterpillar, blank canvas, discomfort, destiny, current consciousness, courage, co-creation, chaos, cocoon, growth, higher power, horizontal, I am, iceberg, forgiveness, found object, sensitivity, service, shedding, silence, simplicity, sorrow, spiral, the gong, mystery, new eyes, the process, the heart, ritual, and your best. So as you can see, there are a lot of cards. There are 65 cards, and it's funny because there are some oracles. I feel like oracles are one of those things where it depends very much on how you plan on using it, what you are looking for in it. And there are some oracles that one of my pet peeves in most oracles, in most single word oracles, is when some of the cards have verbs, some of the cards have nouns, some of the cards have concepts, some of them have actions, and this is one of those decks that has a lot of different words. It has verbs, it has nouns, it has a lot of different things. And usually that bothers me in single word oracles, but this particular one I feel is, and you might think I'm crazy because it doesn't look anything like it, but in terms of use, I think it's very similar to the Supra Oracle. Again, obviously not in terms of the aesthetic, the looks, but in terms of how I plan on using it, in terms of the concept or the idea of the deck, I do feel it's very similar, and I plan on using it in the same way that I plan on using my my Supra Oracle, which is to say, sometimes I just there are certain oracles, especially oracles that have sentences and phrases and those types of things, where you might pull an oracle to get a message, like a quick message, But you wouldn't do like a full reading with those types of oracles. Whereas with the Supra and with this one, I feel like you could do a full reading just with the oracle. And one thing that I think both the Supra and this one are good for is asking questions. And when I say asking questions is in the same way you would ask questions to your tarot cards. You can ask questions to these oracle decks. Or in this case, we're talking about this one, asking questions to this one. Because something like, I don't know, Into the Lonely Woods Oracle, for instance, I wouldn't ask a direct question of that deck. It has very specific messages. The cards have very specific messages. That is a deck that I would pull cards when I want when I'm like feeling something and I want a message. But I wouldn't ask a question of the deck. Whereas this one, I would ask questions in the same way that I would ask questions of my tarot. So I do want to talk about cardstock and stuff in this one because it's great. If you noticed, I didn't have problems with the flip through. Like there weren't times where I got stuck, that I took too long to put a card down or anything, or you didn't hear me struggling with the cards because they are matte, but they slip super nicely. They are really nice cardstock. They are gold metallic gilded, which I hate. I hate gilding in decks. It's almost a deal breaker for me. I actually hesitated. I almost didn't buy this deck because it's gold gilded. It's not bothering me at the moment, but if it does, then I will sand the gilding off, which is a hassle, and I hate having to sand gilding off. So I'm like, please don't do gilding. Like, why do you make me have to work extra? But it was such a good deck that I ended up buying it anyways. If you have seen my previous flip throughs, then you know that I like to put some cards on the table so you can see how they look next to each other. And I've been doing different things for the different decks that I've been showing you. In this case, I didn't pull 3 random cards. I wanted to show you. When I first got this deck, I did a deck interview, which I saw in Meg's channel at Rose Honey Ritual, and I believe she got the idea from Theia at Garden Goddess Tarot. And so they asked 3 questions, and honestly, it's the best interview spread I've seen. I don't always interview decks because I've never really loved the questions. And when I saw that one, I really loved the questions for that particular interview spread. And so I interviewed this deck, and I wanted to show you because I thought it was so powerful that I wanted to show you. So the first question I asked was, what do you think of me? So what does the deck think of me? And the card I got was the process. And then I asked, what do you think of yourself? So what does the deck think of itself? And I got ritual. And then I asked, what do you think of our relationship? Meaning, like, what does the deck think of our relationship? And it said the heart. And so I'm not going to do like a full-on interpretation because I don't want this video to be too long. It's just a flip through. But I think you can do your own interpretation. And you can see it's very powerful. Like, what do you think of me, the process? What do you think of yourself, ritual? What do you think of our relationship, the heart? And so that was the answer I got for the interview, and I'm just going to show you the entries for the booklet for each one of those cards. Oh, I always forget. These are the backs. These are the backs. So yeah. So anyway, I'm going to read from the book so you can see what it says. But to tell you the truth, I don't plan on using the book with this oracle. I don't. but I'm going to show you in case you are curious. This is the booklet. It is a very small booklet, as you can see, and the entries for the cards are just sentences. They are in alphabetical order, and at the beginning of the book it says, "The most important thing is not to give your power away. If any of these keywords or statements don't resonate, please replace them with your own interpretations. Enjoy." So as you can see, even the deck creator is encouraging you to get your own meanings. But she does provide some in case you want the booklet. And so I'm going to read you first for the process. And the process says, "I am honoring all steps of my journey." Keywords are cycles, the journey, presence, and adventure. Then we have ritual. And for ritual it says, "I am honoring the past by connecting it to the present." The keywords are ceremony, sacred, tradition, connection to past, past lives, devotion. And finally we have the heart. And the heart says, "I am expansive in my capacity to love." Keywords are love, depth of feeling, emotions, connection, personal strength, and vulnerability. And she does something that Mega Rose Honey Ritual, she mentioned it in one of her videos for one of her decks, where the creator puts the words that start with "the," she puts them in the T section of the alphabetical order. And if you are organizing something alphabetically, "the" doesn't count. So these words should be under P, not under T, and these ones should be under H, not under T. But I mean, this is not a complaint, just I thought it was funny because Meg had recently talked about it in one of her videos, and this one does this, and I thought it was funny. And then you also get some spreads, and they are actually really great. This particular one is a spread that I do want to try, even for reading for other people. So this is a Minimalist Oracle deck by Rachel Lieberman. I will link down below her Etsy shop so you can get it. And yeah, that will be all. So I will see you tomorrow for the last flip through of these 5 days 5 flip through videos.